My manager has it in his mind that I'm an actor. And so he alerts the movie agent lady. Okay, he's coming home. Make sure there's 10 scripts waiting for him when he arrives. And if I'm home for 4 to 6 weeks, there'll be this pile of movie scripts that I'm supposed to read, be really into, and go off for the humiliating audition. And sometimes the movies are crap, and sometimes they're really cool, and you really do want the part. I'm no actor, but I'm crass enough to try and scam into a movie every once in a while. I figure if I get the part, it's their fault. And so anyway, I mean, if they're crazy enough to give me the part, it's now their problem. And so I'm reading all these scripts, and there's this one. It's called Death to Smoochy. Very funny. I'm reading going, this is funny. And there is a part in it of a punch-drunk boxer who's lost every bout he's ever fought, and now he has the mindset of a 5-year-old. And he says he's over, he's like, and he's made a lot of money. And he's been co-opted by the mafia, and he's got like his own restaurant, like Champs. And basically the mafia uses the restaurant to work a bunch of deals, and he hangs out in there and takes photos with visiting senators and whatnot. This boxer has this major love affair, not, you know, like hugging and kissing, but his hero is a child's, like, you know, guy in a dinosaur outfit like Barney. And he watches this show every day. I guess it's Smoochy. And he thinks like Smoochie's, you know, the best thing he's ever seen. Smoochy comes into his restaurant one day, and the boxer loses his shit. I love you, I love you. He's jumping up and down, going nuts. That's the part they're asking me to audition for. So I said, book it. And it's always easy to book it. And then the day of the audition comes, like, what have I done? And your stomach's like, you're like, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. I'm going to make an ass of myself. I suck. I should have never signed on for this. This is so stupid. But your male macho bullshit will not allow you to call and cancel it. No, I'm a man. I can do it. You think I can't? Fuck you, man. I can do it. So anyway, I'm driving to Warner Brothers, Gate 4, with my stomach in a knot going, why did I say yes to this? This is so stupid. I'm going to make an ass of myself. I go into the place, and Danny DeVito stars and directs the film. I got to do my audition in front of Danny DeVito. I figure he's going to be a cool guy. So I'm sitting in the front room of the Warner Brothers, you know, office, and my stomach is in knots, and I'm sitting with all these other actors I'm sitting with actors, and all their stomachs are in knots, and we're all holding our scripts like, oh, fuck. They're all kind of nerve-wracking, and this is a big deal film. And so finally this woman comes out, Henry, are you ready? I'm like, yeah. Yeah, and I'm walking down the hallway, and I go, how am I going to get through this without making an ass of myself? And I have to totally change my motivation. I know I'm not going to get this part. This movie is way too cool for me to get such a great part. It would be too good a break for me. So knowing I'm not going to get it, I can now rest assured that that won't happen. So instead of trying to get the part, my motivation changes from getting the part to being so over the top. Danny DeVito will never forget me. That's my new motivation. Freak Danny DeVito the fuck out is my new mission. And so I go into the room, and there's Danny DeVito and his assistant. Really nice guy. Like, you know, hey, Danny, how you doing? Hey, Henry, good to meet you. What do you think about the movie? I said, it's fucking cool, man. He goes, great. You want to do it? You want to get into this audition? I'm like, yeah, I'm ready. And I meet his assistant, this lady, and I'm, you know, all pumped up, and I shake her hand like 10 times harder than I should. I'm like, hey, good to meet you. Out of just sheer adrenaline, crazoid fear. And she's like, I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. She's like, no, it's okay. I'm getting feeling back in it now. And he goes, so you know the scene? I go, yeah. I'm hanging out. I come into the front of the restaurant, and Smoochy's there, and I go nuts. And I read these lines. He goes, right. I'm going to be filming it, so you're going to do all your lines to my assistant. I go, okay. And he goes, well, are you ready? I go, sure. And she's sitting at this chair, and so I back up from her. I go, so I can just do it, right? And he's like, anytime you want. I go, so the camera's on, right? He goes, yeah. So I go, okay. And I figure, this is it. I yell like, Smoochy, hey! I take a chair in his office and hurl it across the room. He and his assistant instinctively duck. A man they've met for 40 seconds has just thrown a chair against a wall. I go running at this woman. She nearly runs out of the room. I bump into a table on my way to her chair. Table falls over. So now we have table over, chair gone. I nearly wipe out a television on his desk. Poor little Danny is running around trying to capture this with digital camera. I make sure to almost back into him all the time. So I'm like, so hey, yeah, and there's like, he's like, woo, woo, and this woman's like, and I grab her, and I forget the script entirely, and I just go, my motivation, be a psycho who's really happy to see this person. And that's all I did. And the scene is like 30 seconds. I stretched it into an excruciating 3 minutes of worship. And I just made believe I was a 5-year-old meeting my super-duper favorite child time hero. I'm shaking this woman like a rag doll, like, I love you! I love you! Ah! I finally put her down. I'm breathing hard. I'm sweating. She's trembling. Danny DeVito's hiding behind the couch. And he comes out. He's like, okay. Okay. I go, so, you want to do it again? And they're like, no. No. That was fine. So Henry, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for coming in. It was a really interesting meeting you, and Danny bravely puts his hand out, and I'm like, right on, man. Yeah, he's like, and I go up to the lady, God, I hope I didn't shake you up too bad. Are you okay? She's like, no, I'm fine. I'm like, well, good to meet you. And she's like, all right, well, good luck with your film, knowing I'm never going to see him again. And so I walk down the hallway, back out to where all the trembling actors are sitting on the couch. They look at me, because all I've heard is like yelling and screaming in this room. Like some man screaming, they've heard furniture fall over. They expect me to come out with Danny DeVito's head. I walk up, hey! Break a leg! I did. And I walk out. It was cool. So I wend my way back to the hovel, and the phone rings. It's the agent. Henry? Hey, agent lady, what's going on? You did the audition. I just came back from it. It was really cool. Henry, what did you do over there? Oh, I guess you talked to them, huh? Oh, they called me while you were still in the parking lot. Well, I don't know. I just kind of went for it. You know, I'm not going to get the part, so I figured I would just be memorable. Well, whatever you did, they loved you, and you're now like front runner for the part. I'm like, what the fuck? No, I didn't get it. I didn't get it. I lost to some other guy, but apparently I was like neck and neck with some guy for like 4 weeks. I went in there and made a total jackass out of myself.